Top 5 Iconic Things with Criminal Beginnings. One doesn't need to be an incredible individual to do extraordinary things. Probably the most celebrated things on the planet got their beginning by individuals being in an unlucky spot. A portion of these individuals were the casualties of wrongdoings. Others actuated the bad behaviors. In any case, when the pain settled, the accompanying 5 individuals proceeded to shape the world. Number 1. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel Sanders is anecdotal. Harlan Sanders was genuine. The sophisticated poultry financier wearing a bespoke white suit is a personification, a deliberation. The genuine Harlan Sanders was a vindictive, touchy man. The main thing the organization got right is that he sure cherished seared chicken. Residents saluted to North Corbin, Kentucky as damnation's half-acre. Bootleggers ran the city through terrorizing. One of only a handful scarcely any authentic activities was a Shell Corner store where Sanders served food. Nearby adversary, Matt Stewart, ran his own chain of eateries. To get a decisive advantage over the opposition, Stewart covered his own motto up Sanders' boards. Sanders couldn't endure such outrageous insolence. Fittingly, Sanders was no chicken. Gun-carrying Sanders headed to defy Stewart. 2 Going with Shell authorities, Robert Gibson and H.D. Shelburne, stood ready. Upon appearance, Stewart shot Gibson in the chest. Sanders took a pistol out the perishing man. Both he and Shelburne terminated back. Shelburne's shot hit Stewart's thigh, Sanders his shoulder. The 2 men were tidied up all charges. With his fundamental enemy carrying out a 18-year punishment in jail, Sanders was allowed to put resources into an independent eatery. Sanders' name proceeded to get inseparable from one of the best organizations ever. Not a bosom mixer, Stewart never felt any blame for executing Gibson. Gibson's family reacted by paying a representative 2 years after the fact to kill Stewart in prison. Number 2. Auntie Anne's Pretzels. Aunt Anne's set of experiences is as curved as their brand name pretzels. The shopping center food court staple was set up to offer budgetary and otherworldly help following catastrophe. The nominal Anne was the Amish-conceived Ann Byler. In her mid-20s, Byler's baby little girl, Angela, passed on in a ranch mishap. In 1975, a runaway farm vehicle struck the 19-month-old. The 2 guardians were tossed into a profound melancholy. Their marriage disintegrated and Anne straightforwardly examined self-destruction. She figured she could discover help in the counsel of a neighborhood minister. He really exacerbated her issues a lot. Rather than mentoring Anne, the minister started an injurious 6-year coercive relationship with her that was defaced by brutality and assault. Numerous ladies in the zone, including Byler's sisters, announced he had assaulted them as well. Byler initiated effective endeavors to oust him from the network. Byler's significant other, Jonas, acknowledged he should fabricate an encouraging group of people to help damaged lady get mental assistance. In 1988, to enhance their salary while Jonas ran his free center, Anne opened a snack bar. At first contribution and assortment of items, people in general before long transformed their delicate pretzels into a cross-country hit. Number 3. Mars Candies. By most measures, Frank Mars was a disappointment. Forrest Mars was a triumph. However, Frank was the one rescuing his child of prison at night in Chicago. Straight to the point, didn't carry on with a daily existence as sweet as the treats that inevitably bore his name. He got into chocolatiering due to legitimate need. Stable because of youth polio, Frank made desserts with his mom. That early enthusiasm for confectionery expressions cultivated a deep-rooted energy for candy. In the mid-1900s, he stressed his union with Ethel Kissick by advertising the Treats Maro Bar. The striving business person lost 2 organizations and a marriage. Divorced person Ethel moved her and their child, Forrest, to Canada. Forrest Mars, conversely, was a too fanatical sales rep. Subsequent to considering business at Berkeley and Yale, he made thousands publicizing for Camel cigarettes. One task was to guerrilla market in Chicago. Forrest went over the edge and put promotions on light posts around town. The police captured him for defacing. With his final $400, Frank rescued his offended child. The experience revived their relationship. While drinking milkshakes, Forrest proposed his dad add malt to his chocolate. Named after the cream utilized in nougat, the confection was named Smooth Way. Milky Way was the first in a star grouping of eminent pieces of candy delivered by the organization. Mars furthermore makes Three Musketeers, Snickers, and M&Ms. Number 4 Griffith Observatory. Griffith J. Griffith, the man so pleasant they named him twice. In any case, not pleasant enough that he didn't attempt to slaughter his wife. The oil man turned advocate skilled ages of Angelenos sections of land of open space in his namesake Griffith Park. His kindness suddenly finished in 1903. While traveling in Santa Monica, Griffith told his better half, Mary Agnes Christina Mesmer, "Get your petition book and go down. I will shoot you." This was no inactive danger. Suspicious from alcoholic daydreams persuaded Griffith his significant other had schemed with the Pope to harm him. Inexplicably, Mesmer endured gunfire to the eye at Point Clear Reach. Escaping her oppressive spouse, she jumped from the third-story window. A shade underneath advantageously cushioned her fall. She slithered to well-being through the messed-up glass of a close-by window. Mesmer clung to life. Griffith returned to drinking. Claiming "Get your petition book and go down. I will shoot you." Griffith's charges were decreased to attack with a destructive weapon. He went through 2 years in jail. To reconstruct his notoriety, Griffith attempted to give more tourist spots to Los Angeles. The city at first dismissed his 1912 proposal of $100,000 to build Griffith Observatory. Upon his passing in 1919, Griffith willed the city the fundamental funds. Despite introductory hesitance, Hollywood has positively grasped the observatory since its 1935 beginning. A total rundown of films and TV shows that have joined the structure in some limit would take everlastingly to relate. Striking appearances incorporate the area where Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator initially shows up, the passage to Toontown in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and the levitation scene in La La Land. No film established the observatory in mainstream cognizance more than Rebel Without a Cause, where various significant plot focuses occurred. Number 5 The Periodic Table of Elements. There's an explanation his title was King Augustus the Strong, and not Augustus the Smart. In 1701, the Polish ruler was deceived by Little League rascal Johann Friedrich Butger. Butger's signature stunt as a performer was pulling out 2 silver coins, which at that point vanished and returned as a solitary gold piece. Augustus the Strong accepting this as verification that Butger had aced the specialty of speculative chemistry. To protect the logical achievement, Augustus imprisoned the entertainer until he uncovered his secrets. Of course, Butger was trapped in clearly false. Maddened that he was hoodwinked, Augustus the Strong took steps to execute Butger. To save his life, Butger made up another falsehood. European pioneers had since quite a while ago needed to end China's restraining infrastructure on porcelain. Butger asserted he realized how to make it. Fortunately for Butger, he collaborated with Ehrenfried Walter von Schönhaus, one of only a handful not many European researchers exploring porcelain. Walter von Schönhaus spearheaded an extraordinary broiler that could liquefy porcelain down. The pair found it was included kaolin dirt and feldspar rock. Rather than making sure about his opportunity, Butger's knowledge was so significant he was set under considerably stricter security. The capacity to fabricate porcelain promptly reshaped the European and Chinese exchange balance. In any case, the genuine results of the interest became apparent just many years after the fact. Feldspar mines opened around the land mass. One of them, Sweden's Ytterby mine, had interesting geologic stores that delivered unmistakable colors, a definite indication of lanthanides.